Hello and welcome to the fourth in a series of yoga classes for you to try at home. Hope you're getting on alright with these. Do let me know if you have any queries or questions about any of the classes so far. I'm only too happy to answer any emails or messages you might send me. Okay, just to give you advance warning, in this class you're again going to need a strap or a dressing gown belt, an old tie, and this time if you can find an old pillow, if you happen to have a bolster, great, otherwise an old pillow or a pile of blankets that you can stack up, that will come in useful a bit later on in the class. Okay, just put that out of the way. So now, if you want to lie down, and we'll start the class. So come into Shavasana, arms down by the sides, palms upwards, feet falling gently out to the sides, about hip width apart, and just let go into the floor. If you like, you can just gently rock your head from side to side, just roll it very slowly and gently. Just let go of any tension in your head and neck, and then come back to centre. And again, just let go into the mat. So, imagine the mat is made of sponge and you're just sinking into it now. So let go of your days. Try not to think about what you have been doing or what you will be doing later, and just focus on your yoga for the next 50 minutes or so. Okay, now, so if you want to draw your legs together, and then take your right foot and either place it up on your left thigh, or not on the left thigh, by the left thigh, or by the left calf if that's too much for you. And then take your arms up over your head along the floor and bring them to prayer position above your head. So this is Supta Vriksasana, this is the reclining tree. So it's like the balance that we do, except we're doing this on the floor. Now flex the left foot, push through that left heel, and just let that right knee fall gently out to the sides. And then come to your breath. So just try not to let your mind wander. And use the out breath to just release into the position, releasing the shoulders, releasing the hips. And then bring your arms back down. Take hold of your right knee now and just hug it into your chest, flex both feet. And then take your left hand onto that right knee, take your right hand out to the side, breathe in. As you breathe out, just take that right knee across your body over to the left, keeping your shoulders on the mat if you can, so coming into a twist here. You can turn your head to the right. In breath, draw the breath up from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Out breath, just see if you can release a little into the twist. And back to centre, send that leg away. Draw the left foot up either to the right thigh or the right calf. Take your arms up over your head along the floor into prayer position. Then we're coming into Supta Vriksasana on the other side. So again, flexing the right foot, using the breath to release, releasing the back, releasing the shoulders into the mat. Reach into the hands a little, push into the right heel a little. And release, draw that left knee in towards your chest. Take your right hand to that left knee, the left hand out to the side. Breathe in. As you breathe out, take the left knee over the body to the right, keeping the shoulders on the mat. You can turn your head to the left if you like. Coming into the twist on the other side. And again, just on the in breath, draw the breath up from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. And on the out breath, just surrender into the twist a little. And release back to centre. Draw both knees into your chest, rock a bit from side to side. Come back to centre, take both hands to your knees, take your knees in big circles, just massaging into the lower back. Change direction. And back to centre. Take both feet up towards the ceiling, just gently drawing your legs towards you with your hands behind your thighs. Tailbone just dropping down towards the floor, feet flexed. And then take your arms down by your sides, palms downwards. Breathe in. As you breathe out, press your belly button down to the mat, lower both legs. Taking the whole out breath to lower the legs. Don't take the weight to the floor, just touch the floor. In breath, lifting back up. Hold in breath to lift back up. And again, out breath, lower the legs, press the belly button into the floor to protect the spine. Touching the floor. In breath, lifting the legs back up. And just do a few more of these in time with your own breath. If it gets too much, just draw your knees into your chest. Otherwise, a few more of these. Nice and steady. Keep the breath steady. And finish the one you're on. Draw your knees into your chest. And reach for your strap. Now draw your right foot in towards you. Take the strap around the ball of the right foot. Take the right foot up towards the ceiling. Strap in the right hand. Just gently drawing that leg towards you, pushing into both heels. Both legs strong here. Breathe in. As you breathe out, let that right foot fall over to the right side, keeping your torso flat to the mat if you can. So you take your left arm out to the side a little for balance. Breathe in, draw the leg back to centre, change hands on the strap. Breathe out, take the leg across your body to the left. Breathe in, lift it back up and release. Send that leg away, draw the left foot in, take the strap around the ball of the left foot, strap in the left hand. Flex both feet, gently drawing that left leg towards you now. Breathe in. As you breathe out, take the left leg across to the left, again torso flat to the mat if you can. In breath, draw the leg back to centre, change hands on the strap, breathe in. As you breathe out, take the leg across your body to the right. In breath, lift it back up, release the strap. Draw both knees into your chest, give them a nice tight squeeze again, rock a bit from side to side. And then roll over onto one side and use your hands and your arms to come up to a comfortable seated position. Okay, so take your hands out to your sides, up on the fingertips, sit up nice and straight. Breathe in, raise the left hand, breathe out, stretch it over to the right side. Breathe in, raise both arms. No tension in the head, neck, shoulders. Breathe out, stretch over to the left. In breath, lift it back up and release. Take your right hand behind you, take your left hand to your right knee, sit up nice and straight. Breathe in, lift, breathe out, twist around towards the right. In breath, lift, out breath, move into the twist. Keep the spine nice and upright. And release back to centre, left hand behind you, right hand to left knee. Breathe in and lift, breathe out, twist around towards the left. In breath, lift, out breath, move into the twist. And release back to centre. Okay, so, excuse me. Now drop your chin towards your chest. And then very slowly and gently just allow your head to roll around in a clockwise direction first of all. Just very gently rolling it around. Try and sit up straight while you do this if you can. And then when you finish the one you're on, change direction. And finish the one you're on. Sit up nice and straight. Take your right hand over onto your left ear. Breathe in, sit up, breathe out. Just gently use the weight of your hand to draw your head over to the right side. Don't push or pull on your head. Just allow gravity to release your neck down towards the right side. Don't hurt your neck. And release, sit upright. Take the left hand to the right ear, breathe in, lift, breathe out, just gently, gently, gently take the head over to the left towards the left shoulder. And release. Okay, so now if you want to come into Vajrasana, Thunderbolt pose, so what you're going to be doing is sitting on your ankles here, that's okay for you. If that's a bit much, you might want to take your pillow, sit on the pillow like that, your bolster, whatever you happen to have. Okay? So come into that pose, sitting on the ankles, hands on your thighs. Now we're going to do Simhasana, the lion pose, which is always fun to do, always brings a smile to my face anyway, and I'm sure watching me do this video will bring a smile to your face as well. Okay, so I'll just show you what we're going to do first of all before you do it. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, and then as we breathe out we come forwards. You make claws with your hands like a lion. You open your eyes wide, you stick your tongue out as far as it'll go, and you roll your eyes in to look at your middle eyebrow. And as you do so you go on the out breath. Okay, so let's try that now. When you're ready, find the position. In breath, lift. Come back upright, close your eyes. And we'll do that again. Nice big deep breath in. And deep breath in, sit up nice and straight. Just take a few breaths here. We'll do that again. Nice big deep breath in. And bring yourself back upright. Just take a few normal breaths and we'll do that one last time. You're probably getting the hang of it by now. Nice big deep breath in. Sit back upright, just close the eyes, take a few nice calming breaths here. And then blink the eyes open, take hold of your strap again. Come to a wide-legged position. Draw your right foot into your left thigh, take the strap around the left foot, strap in the left hand, sit facing forwards. Nice strong left leg there. Breathe in, lift, breathe out, turn to face over the outstretched leg, take the strap in both hands. So adjust yourself so your shoulders level, both buttocks are on the ground and you're facing over the outstretched leg. Breathe in, lift the sternum, breathe out, chest towards your toes, walk your hands down the strap. In breath, lift. Out breath, chest towards the toes, walk your hands down the strap. Now you want to keep the shoulders relaxed here, so there's no need to reach the foot unless you're actually there. Otherwise, just let the strap drop. In breath, just lift a little, and then out breath, allow yourself to fold down over the outstretched leg. Keep that left leg strong with the foot flexed.
Both buttocks on the mat, both shoulders level. And release into the pose. Use the breath. And release the right hand up and over behind you. Raise the left hand. Breathe in, lift the pelvis. And release. Take the right leg out. Bring the left foot into that right, so draw your left foot into your right thigh. Take the strap around the right foot. Strap in the right hand. Breathe in, lift, breathe out, turn to face over the outstretched leg. Just release any tension in the shoulders, shoulders nice and level, both buttocks on the mat. Breathe in, lift, breathe out, chest towards your toes, walk your hands down the strap. In breath, lift, out breath, chest towards your toes. When you've gone as far as you can, release the strap, let your hands fall wherever they are, and just allow your torso to relax down over that right leg. But keep the right leg strong, push into the heel, both buttocks on the mat, shoulders level. Just let go now. And release back up. And come over onto your tummy. Take the forehead to the mat, hands underneath shoulders, tops of the feet flat to the floor, elbows tucked into the sides. Breathe in, lift the head, lift the chest, come up into the Cobra, Bhujangasana. Nice big deep breaths into the chest. And release. Make a pillow for your head with your hands. Bring your left ear to the mat. Let your ankles fall gently out to the sides. Close the eyes. Just take a few breaths. And bring the forehead back to the mat. Arms back down by the sides. Breathe in. Lift the head. Lift the chest. Lift the arms. Lift the legs. Reach for the back of the room. Nice, big, steady breaths. Feel your body move as you breathe. And release back down. Make a pillow for your head with your hands. Bring your right ear to the mat. Let your ankles fall gently out to the sides. Make the most of these periods of relaxation. Try not to let your mind wander. Stay with your breath. Forehead back to the mat, arms back down both sides. Bend the legs at the knees, reach back, take hold of the feet or the ankles. Keep the legs together or close together. Breathe in, lift the head, lift the chest, press the feet into the hands. Feel your body rock a little as you breathe. Try not to let your legs splay too far apart. And release. Take your hands onto your shoulders and push back to a child's pose. Knees apart, big toes together, forehead to the mat, hands down by the feet. Just take a few breaths here. And take your hands out in front of you. Nice stretch. Lift up on the fingertips a little. And release. Walk your hands over to the right hand side, dropping the tailbone towards the mat so you feel a good stretch down the left side of your body. And then back to centre, and then walk your hands over to the left, again dropping the tailbone down towards the mat. Feel the stretch down the right side of your body. And then lift it up, come up to kneeling. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Breathe in. As you breathe out, drop the tailbone, lift the chest, chin to chest. In breath, lift the tailbone, drop the chest, lift the head. A few more of those in time with your own breath. And then back to centre. Take your right hand out in front of you, take your left foot back, foot flex, stretch across the diagonal. And release. Take your left hand out in front of you, right foot back, stretch across the diagonal, flex the right foot. And release. Tuck the toes, lift the pelvis, come up into a downward facing dog. So you can just pedal your heels nice and gently here, release out the back of your legs. And then back to centre, just establish your downward facing dog, fingers spread nice and wide, pelvis lifting, thighs moving towards the back of the room, chest moving towards your thighs. And then slowly and gently, just walk your feet up towards your hands and hang in a forward fold. If you like, you can cup opposite elbows with opposite hands, swing a little from side to side. And release the hands, and then slowly and gently just uncurl up to a standing position. So come to Tadasana, hands down by your sides, shoulders relaxed, crown of the head lifting, legs nice and active. And release. Now, just want to show you something here. When I first started doing yoga back in the 70s, there weren't any yoga classes to go to that I knew of. I was only a young teenager, and the only contact that I had with yoga, apart from my granddad who used to do a bit of yoga, was via Richard Hickelman's program on the television. And I had a copy of this book, although I had a smaller paperback version back then. And this was really my introduction to yoga. And it's quite amusing to look at it now. It's I don't know if you can see that. Bring that up to the camera a bit. But I can't imagine anybody doing yoga with a belt on these days. And there's dressing like that, I don't think would go down very well in a yoga class. And it's certainly not wearing socks, and not so keen on that zip up top either. But nonetheless, this is my introduction to yoga, and this next little very gentle flow, complete breath standing, is probably the first bit of yoga that I ever did, really. So if you basically the idea of this is that we move from a very passive position, just hanging like this, and then as we breathe in, we have the palms facing upwards, and we lift the arms upwards, gradually feeling more active as we go, taking the whole in-breath to lift up. And then when we reach this top position, we're feeling our most active. And we just briefly hold the breath at the top there, just retaining the breath for a little. And then on the out breath, we reverse the process, the palms facing downwards. And we gradually move from the active position back down to the passive position. So if you want to join in with me this time, so hang loosely in that passive position. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then breathe in, palms upwards, raise the arms, take the whole in breath to raise the arms. Moving into the active position, pressing the palms together, feeling really active, just retain the breath at the top just for a few seconds. And then breathe out, palms facing downwards, as we move from the active back down to the passive. In breath, raise the arms, palms upwards, moving from the passive up to the active. Retaining the breath just for a few seconds at the top, and then breathing out, moving from the active to the passive, palms facing downwards. Just do a few more of those in time with your own breath now. And finish the one you're on. And come back to Tadasana. Just put my lovely book out of the way. It's one of the good things about teaching from home is I've got all my books and all my little bells and yoga toys. I'll have to introduce you to some more of them as we move through these classes. Okay, so how are we doing for time? Okay. Breathe in, raise the arms above the head. Take a pistol grip. Breathe in, lift, breathe out, stretch over to the right hand side. In breath, lift, out breath, stretch over to the left. Drop that right hip so you really feel that stretch down the right side. In breath, lift, out breath over to the right. In breath, lift, out breath over to the left. In breath, lift and release. Okay, so we're going to go around a round of Surya Namaskar, Sun Salute, with a couple of variations. We're going to do Virabhadrasana 1, thus, and then move to Virabhadrasana 3, which is going to be tricky for me because of the restriction in space. Virabhadrasana 3, like that, back to Virabhadrasana 1. Okay. And once we get to Virabhadrasana 3, sorry, nearly forgot, we're going to try, you can either stay here when we do this, or you can drop the hands down, keep lifting that back leg and move those hands in to reduce that balance base and maybe take hold of the ankle. Okay, so just you've got a visual idea of where we're going with this. Okay, come to the front of your mat, stand in Tadasana, hands to prayer position. Breathe in and up, look up at the thumbs, pelvis forwards. Breathe out, swallow, dive down, leading with the chest. Breathe in, lift up to a flat back. Breathe out, hands flat to the mat, bend your knees if you need to. Breathe in, step back with the right, look up a little, hold back with the left, strong plank. Breathe out, knees down, keep the elbows tucked in, roll hips back a little, chest and chin to the mat. Breathe in, slide forward into the Cobra, Bhujangasana. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, step forward with the right foot between the hands and pause. Ground the back foot, 35 to 45 degree angle. Bring the hips parallel the short edge of the mat. Take your hands behind you a little. As you breathe in, swing them forwards and up into Virabhadrasana 1. Press into the back edge of the back foot. Make sure this front knee isn't overshooting the ankle, isn't wobbling out to the sides. Your gaze is up between the hands, your drishti. Breathe into the pose, sink into the hips. I'm going to have to move back a bit here, excuse me. And then hop the weight forward into the right foot, reach for the ceiling with the hands, press into that left heel and pivot to Virabhadrasana 3. So, stretch into your hands, push into your back heel, lift the back leg. You can either stay there or if you like you can drop your hands down and then gradually reduce that balance base, keep lifting the back leg and maybe you can take hold of your ankle. I'm struggling with the balance because I've forgotten to take my glasses off. Keep lifting that back leg and then bring your hands back to the floor, drop the back foot back, come back to Virabhadrasana 1. Cartwheel the arms round either side of the front foot. Breathe in, as you breathe out, step forward, forward fold. Breathe in, come all the way up and out, hands to chest. Take a few breaths, keep the eyes closed. Just allow the breath to come back to normal. And I'll take my glasses off so I don't fall over again. Okay. Back to Tadasana and we'll go to the other side. Breathe in and up, look up at the thumbs, pelvis forwards. Breathe out, swallow, dive down. Breathe in, lift up to a flat back. Breathe out, hands flat to the mat. Breathe in, step back with the left, look up a little, hold back with the right. Strong plank, fingers spread nice and wide. Breathe out, knees down, roll the hips back, keep the elbows tucked in, chest and chin to the ground. Breathe in, slide forward into Cobra. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, step forward with the left foot between the hands. Look up, ground the back foot a little, just ground the back foot. Take the right hand forwards, swing it down and back. Now I've done it wrong. I'm terribly sorry. Come back down, hands either side of the front foot. Went into Virabhadrasana 2 instead of 1 then, sorry. Okay, then take the hands behind you, swing them forwards and up into Virabhadrasana 1. Hips parallel with the short edge of the mat. Sorry about that, I'm not going to refilm the whole thing just to do that bit again. This is the trouble with working to camera. Always feel like you've got to edit it. Sink into the hips, look up between the hands. I'm going to have to hop the weight back a bit here, help myself back a bit, and then hop the weight into the front foot. Reach for the ceiling, press the right heel down, and pivot to Virabhadrasana 3. Nice flat back if you can, reach into the fingers, flex the back foot, press into the heel. And then if you like you can drop the hands. Keep lifting the back leg and then reduce the balance base of the hands maybe. And then maybe take hold of the ankle. Keep lifting the back leg. And release. Drop back to Virabhadrasana 1. Press into the back edge of the back foot. Cartwheel the arms round either side of the front foot. Breathe in, as you breathe out, step forward, forward fold. Breathe in, come all the way up. And out, hands to chest. Just keep the eyes closed there. Take a couple of breaths. And we're going to do a balance now. So bring the weight into your left foot. Visualise that foot rooting. Feel the weight lifting out to the right side. Find a drishti, a spot to focus on, somewhere still, just a little above your eye line. And when you're ready, just gradually start to lift that right foot, bring it to either the ankle or the calf or the thigh of the left leg, but not the knee. Find your balance, hands to prayer position. Keep moving this knee out to the side, press the foot against the leg, and then when you're ready, slowly and gently raise your arms, reach into the fingertips, bring the arms alongside the ears. Find your drishti, focus on your drishti. And release back down. Same on the other side. So bring the weight into your right foot. Visualise those roots growing deep into the ground. Bring the left foot to either the ankle or the calf or the thigh. Hands to prayer position. Find your drishti. And when you're ready, just slowly and gently raise the arms, reach for the ceiling. Bring those arms alongside the ears, draw the left knee out to the side and focus on your drishti. And release back down. Okay, so now come down to your mat. And you're going to need your pile of blankets or your pillow or your bolster. Here we're going to do Viparita Karani, which is a shoulder stand preparation. It's sort of modified shoulder stand, okay? So you might want a blanket or something under your neck and head just to soften any pressure on the back of your neck here. Otherwise, you want to lie down and bring your bolster or your pillow or a pile of blankets just underneath your hips here. And then when you're ready, raise your legs and flex your feet. Arms down by the sides, palms upwards. And just relax in this position. Inversions are very good for the heart. It's a very simple inversion. We're just going to stay here for a minute or so. Try and stay with your breath. Just follow the path of your breath. As you breathe in, fill your lungs. As you breathe out, feel the breath pass over your nostrils. As you breathe out, keep the mouth shut. Just breathe through the nose. All yoga breathing is through the nose unless otherwise instructed. And just try and relax into the position. Keep the feet flexed, just gently. Don't have to overdo that. And when you're ready, gently lower your feet, press into them a little to lift and remove your bolster or blankets. I'm going to do Matsyasana, the fish, counter pose. So flexing the feet, you take your hands, palms downwards, and just tuck them underneath the edge of your buttocks there. Draw your elbows in, nice and close if you can. And then when you're ready, on an in-breath, press into the elbows and lift yourself up a little. Out-breath, very gently allow your head to fall back and just touch the top of your head on the mat. Don't put any weight on your head and neck here. Press into the elbows and the forearms here. Flex the feet. And when you want to release, just gently slide your head away. Release yourself back down. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Give them a nice tight squeeze. Rock a bit from side to side. Come back to centre. Drop your feet down by your buttocks. Big toes pointing towards each other. Outsides of the feet parallel. Arms down by the sides. Palms downwards. Breathe in. As you breathe out, press your belly button down to the mat. Lift the pelvis. Coming up into the bridge. Setu Bandhasana. You can take your hands under your body, interlock your fingers and draw your shoulders together a little. And then nice big deep breaths into the chest. Try not to let the legs fall too far apart here. Lifting into the pelvis. And release the hands, gently peel the spine back down the mat. Just take a couple of breaths, let the spine adjust a little. And then again, draw your knees into your chest. Take one hand to each knee, send the knees away from each other in opposite directions. And change direction. And back to centre. Take the arms out wide at shoulder height. Breathe in. As you breathe out, let your knees fall gently over to the right hand side. You can turn your head to the left. And release into this gentle twist to finish. Keep the shoulders on the mat. In breath, draw the knees back up to centre. Out breath, let them fall over to the left, head to the right if you like. Don't compromise your neck. Shoulders firmly on the mat. In breath, lift back up to centre. Just give the knees a last little hug in. And then send them away and come down into Shavasana for our final relaxation. Arms down by the sides, palms facing upwards, feet hip width apart, falling gently out to the sides. And just let go into your mat. So just try and stay with your breath. Not going to do any particular relaxation today. We're just going to release and relax. But do try and stay focused on your breath. So if you find your mind wandering, any thoughts arising, just let them pass. And draw your mind gently back to your breath. can, just try not to drift off to sleep. Try and stay aware, but focus on your breath. Gradually your mind will still. Just briefly scan your body, make sure you're not holding any tension anywhere. If you do find any tension, just use your out breath to release it, to let go even further into your mat. And then come back to your breath. Sachitananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Sameta Shri Bhagavate Namah. Allow your breath to deepen, small movements to come to your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, your wrists and your ankles, your arms and your legs, the muscles of your face. You can just gently rock your head from side to side, just release any last tension in your head, your neck, your shoulders. Back to centre. Take your arms up over your head along the floor, have a good long stretch from the tips of your fingers down to the tips of your toes. And then draw your knees into your chest, give them a nice tight squeeze, rock a bit from side to side. And then roll over onto your right hand side, staying curled up with your eyes closed just for a few breaths. Use your hands and your arms to come up to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed if you can. Going to chant 3 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Breathe in for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace.
Namaste. Thank you everyone.